Good morning. I'm coming around. So a lot of people are asking me to do another video. It's been a very, very, very long time. And I haven't done them because I haven't figured it out yet. You know, I was doing that plant-based vegan thing for 2 straight years without fail, trying to get my glucose back under control. And it made me worse than ever. I'm not dissing that diet. If that works for you, great. I'm diabetic, and it just has not helped me. So I've been trying to figure out what to do next to fix this without going the insulin and drug route, because the drugs I've tried before and they've really upset my stomach. I'm not good with any medication. So I'm trying to do it through diet and exercise, and I exercise like crazy. I've lost an extra 18 pounds trying to figure this out. Thank you, Lord. I got a long way to go. But I decided to go back to the basics. There was a, where is it? I know I brought it down here. I don't know where I put it. Anyway, there's a book that I wrote a long time ago about how I overcame my diabetes on my own. And it worked. And I went away from it because I got this job where I was in a bus all day, and I was just pulling into Dunkin' Donuts or wherever and eating whatever was available to me, and it screwed me up royally. Well, I'm going to try to go back to this book and see if it works now, because your body does change. It might not work for me now like it did then. I'm a lot older, but I'm going to see. I don't have it with me. I'll show it to you in the next video, because I'm going to be cooking some things out of that book. It tells you how I found out I was diabetic, what I did about it, what some of the things were that I ate. It's not a cookbook, but there are some recipes in there, and there's day in the life, meaning this is what I eat every day at what time for my blood sugar. Everybody's different. You have to test to figure out what yours is going to be. So I was just about to make breakfast because I have to eat at the same time every day to make this work. And 7 o'clock is my breakfast time, and it's 7:07 right now, but I'll be okay. I'll just adjust for the rest of the day. So I thought, well, why not show you what I'm going to eat? So I got this electric fry pan. My husband and I got a really big one recently, and we just loved it so much that I got a little one for just me when I do breakfast and stuff. So I'm going to show you. Today is French toast. And yes, you can eat it if you do it right. So first thing I want to do is get some turkey bacon in my pan. 2 slices only, because you know everything has carbs and everything has calories. And the portion control is huge. And I'm learning that because the vegan diet said eat as much as you want, as often as you want, and fill up on it. And because it was fruits, vegetables, grains, things like that. And I did. I followed it exactly. But the problem was with the diabetic, they kept telling me, don't worry, it's going to turn around. It's okay. Lots of diabetics turn it around with this. And maybe they do. And I hope they can. But for me, potatoes, it was white potatoes and rice and lots of grains and breads and pastas and stuff. Even though plant-based vegan is way healthier than regular vegan, because I'm not eating processed foods. I'm eating what God made, you know. But not everything is good for everybody. So I'm not even telling you what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. So what I first start with is egg whites. 1/4 cup is 1 egg. Okay, 1 jumbo whole egg. And then I'm just mixing that in this little cup. And I'm doing it over the plate because I know I'm going to overflow. And I'm going to put it in this plate eventually anyway. It just makes it a little easier to mix it if you start it in the cup. You don't have to. You can just mix it on the plate. I have trouble with it running all over the plate. Then, mix. I'm going to take cinnamon. Really good for your metabolism, supposedly really good for diabetics. And I usually put it in my eggs every day anyway. And I'm just going to put, this much in my eggs because I just remembered I want to put the rest of it on my, wait, I'm not doing toast today. I'm not doing toast. This is my toast. Yeah, I'm going to put it all in here. So, a teaspoon of cinnamon. That's usually how much cinnamon I have anyway, no matter what I'm eating it with. I go through a lot of cinnamon. It's really good for you. And if you don't put a sweetener with it, it's not a sweet thing. It's just a yummy flavor, kind of a heat. until you put sugar with it, and I'm not eating that. So I don't eat sugar. And I hesitated on saying I don't eat sugar because I read all the diabetic books, and they're like, yeah, you're going to have sugar in moderation, blah, blah, blah. I'm an addictive person. You tell me I can have sugar once, I'm going to have it all the time. So that's not a good thing to tell me. So now just flip these. This is my favorite turkey bacon because it's uncured. And it just, I don't know, it just has this delicious flavor that's so different than regular turkey bacon, which I also love. So I got that, and then I got, this is my little trick, unprocessed wheat bran. See that? Yeah. I have a hard time finding this in my regular grocery stores, but this is Hudson Mill. And I'm going to take, there's so many things in this bag. This is, that doesn't need to be in there. I usually do, I thought I used to do a tablespoon, but I was measuring with regular spoons, not with real measuring spoons, because if you've seen any of my videos, I don't measure anything. But I'm doing it for you, and I'm doing it for me because I got to write it down for my next book. So, that doesn't look like very much egg, does it? I'm going to do a half a tablespoon of that into my eggs. Roll it back up. I put it in a baggie too to keep it really, really fresh because you don't use a ton of it. Okay, put that away. I'm going to try to mix that in there. Like I said, I usually just do this on the plate, and I thought it would be easier in the cup. We're going to find out. It's going to be a mess. Here it comes out onto the plate. Yeah, that doesn't look appetizing, but trust me, you're going to be so happy. When I started eating sandwiches, anything with bread again, I was so happy because I love bread. But you can't eat all breads. Well, you shouldn't. I mean, you can, but learn how to eat them for your body. I choose to eat the ones that I know are going to add some nutrition and not just yummy. So, my, what's that? Turkey bacon is done. I'm pulling it out. Boom, done. Okay? Then, here's my bread. I'm just going to, while I'm talking to you, put it on my plate. Can you see that? Yeah. So this one I've chosen this week is Fiber One Multigrain. And it says 110 calories on there. And on the back, you'll see, you've got to read labels, kids. Total carbohydrates, 23 grams for 2 slices. But it also has 7 grams of fiber, which is why I like this bread. So you subtract the 7 from the 23 and you get 16. So you've got 16 net carbs in your bread. That's really good for 2 slices of bread. And I'm going to have it. So put that down. And I'm going to flip it in here. You don't need to spray these pans. You can if you want. You could put oil or whatever. I'm not going to. While that's soaking, I'm going to measure out a couple of things. Here's my... I picked it up, I put it back down. I'm like, where's my measuring cup? This is 1/4 of a cup, and this one I do measure. Not usually with the berries, but I'm going to today. I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup of berries and put those on my plate, just like that. And unfortunately, this batch of berries, I don't even buy these again because every one of them has a stem on them that I could choke on. I choke on everything, so I got to be real careful about those things. Maybe some people just be like, just suck it up and eat it, buttercup, you know? But, yeah, I don't want to take a chance. So I just pick off the stems I can see. And these are tiny, tiny berries. See them? In fact, I'm probably going to go to the farm today because it's open now for the year. Yes, I said farm. That's where I live. And they'll have the best berries ever. So this is soaked as much as it can soak. And I'm going to put them in here. Hear the sizzle? Then you've got the right temperature. And then what I do, see all that extra egg? I pour it right on top, and it's going to spill out into the pan. And I'll just have a little extra egg for breakfast. I love it. This one soaked up a lot of it, so I won't have a lot of extra egg. Doesn't matter either way. Then the next thing I'm going to do, bring my plate back over while that's cooking up there. got my Hobo Kitty. Can you see him? He just popped up to see what I'm cooking. You see him over there? That's his tail. He loves food. And I'm going to have 1/4 cup of my maple syrup. And I measure it because I don't want to overdo it. And you don't have to eat it all. But I like 1/4 cup and it works in my diet. So this is, my favorite is Log Cabin sugar-free syrup. I know you shouldn't use things that are fake sugar. You know, baby steps, people. I'm just starting back on this, and I can't use the regular syrup because it's just the sugar levels will shoot right up. So diabetics have to choose something else. And depending on the sugar, the fake sugar that's in it, some of them will represent sugar in your body and it'll think it's eating sugar and cause problems. So I know I've read this one. I don't have glasses on, so I can't read it for you now. But I know this one's good. You know, I was using a different brand. I went up to my mom's house in New Hampshire and she made me maple chicken, which is something I loved as a kid. And I'm like, you still make maple chicken? You can have maple chicken. We can have maple chicken because we're diabetics. And she's like, yeah, I use this. And I had been using something else. It was fine. But then when I tasted this one, I'm like, and this is not a commercial because they're not paying for this segment. This is the one that I always go to now. In fact, I keep stock of it because I will use it on different things. So I love, love, love that. So what do we have today? First, I think I have to turn this up a bit. Oh, that was way lower than I thought it was on. I had it on. See, I don't usually use these things. My husband uses these things more than I do. I'm going to put it up to 325. It was on 225 and I thought it was on 300. So anyway, you can see when it's time to turn it. It's not really time, but I'm going to turn this one so it can, because I soaked it a lot, there's a lot of egg on the inside of the bread and you really got to get that cooked. You can't eat raw egg. Not nowadays. You know, when I was a kid, Mom would make the best eggnogs in the morning. She would take raw eggs, which were safe to eat back then. You pretty much knew where everything was coming from. The milkman delivered the milk on the porch and everything. But eggs and milk and vanilla, I think that's all that was in it, right, Mom? You can let me know, leave a note under this video. But yeah, and she blended that all up and it was so delicious. But nowadays, you gotta cook your eggs. Unless you know where they're coming from, you're going to get them directly from the guy, the hen that laid it, which I've done. I've actually taken them like that, and they're warm and they're weird. That's weird to me. I'm not used to a warm egg. But anyway, so right now we have 2 slices of uncured turkey bacon. You can use whatever you want. And then we have one, did I say, that was 1/4 cup of berries. And I like to use berries. You can use strawberries, blueberries, raspberries. Is great because they're lower in carbs and they're also going to be higher in antioxidants and keep you healthy. And then 1/4 cup of that sugar-free, you see my baby, of that sugar-free maple syrup. And I just sit that right there. Now, when I'm ready, I'll just pour it all over everything. Then what I'm going to do, when this is ready, this is kind of a cheat thing. You don't have to do this. I'm not going to say you shouldn't because it's your choice. You don't have to do this, but I like to put a little sliver of butter on each one of my French toasts. It makes a world of difference in the taste. And it's okay. If you want to use the unrefined coconut oil instead, use that. I use that all the time too for things. I'm going to flip this again. Yeah, that side's definitely done. Can you see what's cooking in there? Yeah. It doesn't look so great to me because I'm getting black marks in my pan and stuff, but I'm not putting the bread back down on that. All I'm trying to do right now is cook the inside of the bread, and if you cut a little hole like that, you can take a peek. Yeah, that one looks cooked. Take a little peek. Over there. Okay. So, now I'm just going to take, I keep my butter sometimes. This is an old sugar bowl that I had, and what did I say? I don't eat sugar. My husband doesn't. He's got one over here with the raw cane sugar in it, which is better for him than the white. And then I just put some butter in there because I like my butter soft, so I keep it out on the counter all the time. I can turn off the heat to that. And then I'm just going to take this much butter. Yep, that's my accent. And I'm going to put it on each slice of bread. Don't miss that little piece. Take that. I want that little piece of butter. Okay, now I'm getting weird. I'll also take a big long walk after I eat or get some kind of exercise. I will take a walk. Get some kind of exercise is my suggestion. Okay, ready? Take it out. Just spread that butter a little bit so it's getting a little more on everything. Take this one out. Spread my butter. Okay, everything is cooked. I'm going to leave that cover off so it can cool. That there. Unplug it. Oh boy. I don't know where to put everything. But I got to cover this because I keep catching myself with this. But that's how I talk, and I don't realize it until I'm speaking to someone like you, and I'm like, what are they hearing? Anyway, I got to keep this covered because my cat likes to lick the butter. I think she lived on a farm before we rescued her. So anyway, here's the beautiful plate. So I'm going to take a picture for my cookbook. I'll do a better one for a picture, I'll tell you. I already got it in my other book anyway. And then I'm just going to put some of this on the blueberries, on the bacon, on the toast. Enjoy that. You can have that. Don't feel guilty. And isn't this a plate that you'd like to eat? Okay, so let's try it. Oh, that was hot in my throat. That is so good. If you want to sprinkle more cinnamon on it, you can, because cinnamon's really good for you. And I think it needs more cinnamon. I could have put more in the batter, but it's nice to put it on top. It's just a little extra something, so let's try that now. I'll take a smaller piece, gonna burn my face off. Yeah, that cinnamon kicks it up. And then you got this turkey bacon, which my kitties are like hovering when I make this stuff. They love it. But don't give them anything that has any onion juice or anything to do with onions on it. It's very dangerous for them. So, I'm not someone that likes sweet for breakfast. So when I have something sweet like French toast and berries, I have to have something savory with it. And that's why I like to add the turkey bacon, turkey sausage, whatever. I don't really eat, I haven't had real bacon, pork bacon, in a very, very long time. Just probably because of the fat content, and I'm trying to still lose weight. So anyway, I hope you really enjoy this breakfast. And I'm going to do a lunch for you soon, I promise. I'm just really, really busy. Most of you don't know. Some of you that are very close to me know I'm in school right now. I'm trying to learn something new at my age to improve my future for my husband and I. And it's working out well. It's just really difficult. So I'm doing that a lot. That's why another reason I haven't had time to do this for you. But I am going to do a chicken dish for you. I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff for you. But today this was unplanned. I just thought, oh, I gotta have some breakfast. It's time for me to eat. And I'm like, why not just turn on the camera and do it with you? Okay. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves and each other. Have a great day.